Hey, welcome to the team. Good to finally meet you. I'm Max. I'm the head of R&D here. I've been following your career closely and I have to say I'm a huge fan. I think we're going to get on great. This is your machine. From here you can track your performance, look into R&D upgrades and much more. Let me know if you run into any problems.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and what I've got for you guys today is my second episode of my team career. It'll be the race around Bahrain. If you haven't checked out the first episode, I'll leave it linked in the description and pinned in a card above my head in the top right hand corner. But as you can see on screen here, we're just quickly checking what upgrades we can do, and we're applying a few upgrades before we start going to the race, into practice, sorry. So we jump into Q1. I normally don't show practice, but I'm just showing a little bit of practice here. Just you'll see at the end of practice why I'm showing it. But yeah, I get through track acclimatization fairly easily. As you can see, pretty much all done. It's just not the average speed trap, which I will try again at the end. But obviously, I won't. You guys won't see that. This is my ERS management. So obviously you got to use the battery, but use it enough that you can save enough. So you use it. So red is bad, green is okay. You're good, but you can do better, and purple is like you're the best. It's fine. As you can see, I lose it through the back end there a little bit through turn 2. And yeah, the first sector was probably the sector I struggled at most, especially at the start. Yeah, as you can see, I'm down by just 1/10, 2/10, but I'm in purple for ERS saving, so which is good. So yeah, as coming into the double left-hander, probably my most hated turns on this track, just because you've kind of got to be braking and turning at the same time, so you've got to try and avoid the lockups. But yeah, as you can see now, I'm 2/10 up because I opened my ERS there a bit. And yeah, coming into the long right-hander, make sure you don't get too close to those curves or you will spin. The curves in this game are, if you use way too much, they are very unforgiving. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using ERS, but I'm also max purple, so like I doubt I will lose it now unless I spin or something through the last corner, which I don't. I take it pretty comfortably through the last corner just to make sure I don't stuff up. And yeah, just over 3/10 faster, which is beautiful.
The session has drawn to a close.
And then yeah, we skip to the end of practice, and this is why I'm showing practice. I finished in 7th for practice 1, 2 seconds, just under 2 seconds faster than my teammate. So I decided to up the difficulty. So as you can see here, I'm just quickly, it's fast forwarding, but I'm just quickly just making sure everything's right. I was going to go to 95. I'm like, I'll go to 92 and we'll see what that is. And then I realized here the damage is off, so I put it to reduced, standard. And then yeah, we skip practice 2 and 3, and we're going to move straight in to qualifying. As I said, I'm just making sure everything's right here, and then we're jumping into practice to qualifying. As you can see here, we've completed all the practice programs, so we're getting all the benefits for completing them. So a nice bit of boost of acclaim there. And now we're moving into qualifying. Alrighty, and now I'm about to start my first lap of Q1. So we're doing full qualifying, so I need to 17th or better to make it out of Q1. 16th or better to make it out of Q1. So yeah, coming down to the first corner, not bad. Probably take a little bit too much curve there, which unsteadies the car a little bit. Again, lose the back end there. As I said, I was really struggling for, I wouldn't say grip there. I think I was just getting on the power a bit too early through those corners. Yeah, run a little bit wide there. Take that corner. Run a little bit wide there, but not too bad. And yeah. So yeah, guys, that's running with no assists on, so if I do get on the power do try and push a bit too hard, I can spin fairly easily. You can see Bottas has done a 126.6. Open the DRS and just straight line it for the next corner. Try and stay far right as possible. As you can see, I'm off a little bit, trying to open the corner up as much as possible, and I've just missed my braking point. But yeah, as I said, you've got to make sure you don't touch, especially that curve, because that curve spins you really hard. But yeah, on the throttle as quickly as possible and just coming down to the last corner. And turn. Pretty good. Coming up to the line, open the DRS, and it is a 130.2. So not great. Quite a few mistakes there. I go to look at the leaderboard between me and my teammate, and there is a 1.1 second gap between me and my teammate Marcus. So I knew it wasn't a great lap, and I knew I could improve, and I felt like there was about a second or so left on track for me. The first lap I'd never try and push it too hard. I normally used it as a banker lap. So yeah, at the moment currently last position after everyone does a lap, and as this is going to my lap for the second lap, and I'm in last position. So we're starting my second lap now. We've got 7 minutes left in the session. So this and maybe one more run. We'll see how we go. As you can see, I take a bit too much curve there, but I gain a bit there. Lose the back end a little bit there. Again, coming up to the U-turn, and I fast forward to the end of the lap because, as you can see, I am 3/10 down. I stuffed up the middle sector, so I decided I'm going to box because obviously if I didn't box I would be hitting next lap anyway. So yeah, we just skip straight onto the final run of practice, and this will be my last lap of practice. As you can see, 14 seconds to go. So yeah, just try and I've got to improve, or else I'm starting in last position. As you can see, already almost half a tenth up. Coming into this corner, I lose a bit of time, but I make a whole punch back on the exit. So I'm now 4/10 up, entering sector 2. Run a bit wide there, which I lose a bit of time, but I'm still 4/10 up. Now I'm up to half a second ahead, so this is so far a good lap. 6/10 up. Coming into the double left-hander, a little bit of a knock up there. I'm 9/10 up. I'm a second up now, coming into this lap, and that's about what I was behind my teammate by. Raikkonen gets out of my way because he's on his cooldown lap. There's a little bit of time, but I make it most of it back. Coming into the last sector now, I'm just over a second ahead. Probably use a bit too much curve there, but it was fine. 1.1 seconds up, so that's about what I was behind my teammate. So yeah, coming into the last corner, brake, and I hit the curb, and I try to get on the power a bit too early, and I bin the lap.
We're seeing major front wing damage. Box.
I bin the lap, so that's the end of qualifying. I will be starting in last position on the grid. I'm just waiting here, letting everyone go, and obviously I then just fast forward to the end of the thing, and yeah, as you can see, I am last on the grid. 1.1 seconds I was up by, so if I take that to account, I would have been just ahead of my teammate. I would have been at 2.5 seconds. So I would have been 17th, 18th, depending on the time.
Good day today. Let's have your take on
But yeah,
it.
let's move into some questions.
It looks like you've really been focusing on research and development this season.
Yeah, we have. We've been doing a lot of our
you
chassis
weren't as
work,
quick as
and the
your
team
teammates
is
today?
working hard on it. Comes down to I made mistakes.
Your
I
qualifying
made mistakes.
pace
That's
didn't
what
put
it,
you at
that's
the
all it
front
was.
of the grid. Will this be a problem tomorrow?
Definitely, no one wants to start from the back of the grid. Obviously, last position, no one wants to start from, but sometimes that's what happens when you race. We just got to move forward in the race, and there's nowhere to go but up.
Appreciate your time.
So yeah, now we do a couple more upgrades just to make sure we get them on the car in time. I wanted to try and do that one, but I had one already in the works, so I decided to do an engine upgrade, and now we move into the race.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Vettel, Leclerc, Sainz and Pierre Gasly, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Russell, Mick Schumacher, Marcus Armstrong and Antonio Giovinazzi, Stroll, Latifi, Mazepin and Iceman. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, new season, and we're starting at the back. Let's see if we can do better in the race.
So yeah, I started from last on the grid. I stick with just the default strategy, mediums to hards, and we'll see what happens. So off we go. And not a bad start. And then I try to move to the left and yeah, just kind of let go of the accelerator so I don't rush into Mazepin, and yeah. So we're going to try to go around the outside of him. Obviously I'm taking it a bit easy into the first corner. Surprising that there was no contact between Major, like anyone. So we're up into P20. And we'll see what we can do. So we got Mazepin and Latifi both behind us. I run a little bit wide there, making sure I leave room in case someone was trying to dive bomb me, because I know that there was someone to my right. And yeah, so we're literally just going to try and stay on the back of Giovinazzi. I try and go up the inside of him, think, stupid mistake, I should just stay behind him. And do a little bit of knock, check my wing to make sure I don't have any damage.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Jeff said I had damage, but I didn't feel any, and here I am getting sandwiched by both Latifi and Mazepin. Mazepin runs wide because I'm kind of pushed wide by Latifi. And Latifi's through, so Latifi did a double overtake there, so great manoeuvre by him. Run a bit wide there as well. I did actually record qualifying and practice separately, so these are my first few laps on the game. So I am a bit rusty. It takes me a lap or two to get into the groove. But yeah, Bottas is still out in front, so good to see that he held his position on lap 1. And yeah, my goal is to try and just stay with Latifi. If I can stay with him, and when DRS is activated, hopefully I can catch up to him and overtake him and keep going. And fast forward to the end of this lap, and as you can see, I've lost a lot of time to Latifi, 1.7 seconds to him. Through the first sector I ran wide again there, which doesn't help. So yeah, just a lot of mistakes early, which cost me a lot of time.
We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So now it's kind of a battle between me and Mazepin at the moment. Yeah, so we're going to try and stay ahead of him. We're both on the medium compound tyres, and I feel like once I clean up my mistakes, we do have the better race car. You can see you'll hear a little bit of a lock up there. Then we move on to the end of lap 3, start of lap 4. Mazepin will have DRS. So I use a little bit of overtake just to make sure I stay in front of him. And then yeah, we brake here. Here I use too much curb, which unsettles the car a bit, as you can see there. And then I go to, he comes down the inside of me, and we make contact, and we get front wing damage. He hits me on the left. But I get right front wing damage. So yeah, I'm waiting to see if Jeff tells me to come in or not, or whether he tells me to stay out. I try and see how bad the damage is, and as you can see here, I'm running wide. There's no downforce. So I just I'll wait and I'll see.
For a new strategy option.
He tells me there's a new strategy option. I go into the double left-hander, lock up there massively. I check the strategy.
Okay,
Soft to
copy that.
hards, I say no, keep current strategy.
Right, coming in at
And
the
as
end
we
of this lap.
fast forward to the end of this lap, I
Copy
say
that.
box this
Hards
lap.
for next box.
I say hards, but that was meant to be softs. I'm thinking, how can I change this? How can I change this? So I just go box this lap
Okay,
again,
we can take you this lap.
and then I go down to the bottom and use softs there. So the reason I went on softs instead of hards was I feel like even though now I have to do a two-stop, it'll be a quicker strategy, and I'm hoping for a safety car. A safety car to
exit
get
now.
to
We're
kind of bring the
racing on the
field back.
exit. Go, go,
Because
go.
if I can pit from
Okay, you only have to stop
softs to
once
another set of
now.
mediums,
One stop left.
I'll be faster than most of the back markers on the field. And with the safety car bringing us in, it should hopefully make us a bit quicker. So yeah, just been preying on that safety car. We move on to the end of lap 5. And as you can see, I've built a lead to Mazepin now. Mazepin went with a set of mediums. So I kind of thought maybe Mazepin might be doing a alternate strategy of mine, going medium, softs, to finish the race on. So my goal now was to just try and build as big of lead as to Mazepin as I can, and to try and catch Latifi and Schumacher and stuff. So yeah, move on to the end of lap 6, and as you can see, I built another bit more of a gap to Mazepin and slightly got the time back on Latifi. I think it was only like 2 or 3 tenths.
33.0
But yeah,
seconds.
just trying to get as much as quick as possible. People should start pitting soon. We'll see what they do in a second. We move on to halfway through the lap, and as you can see there, Stroll and Leclerc both pit for a set of medium compound tyres. So yeah, this is a good judge to see how far I will be behind people once they make their pit stop. I don't actually know how far I was behind before we made contact, but yeah, this will be a good indication of if I do have kind of pace enough. I run wide there. That's very random that I run wide there.
We're trailing
So
our
yeah,
teammate by
6 seconds behind to
37.1
Mazepin,
seconds.
and I'm like 13 or 14 seconds behind Stroll. And now
approaching the pit
Giovinazzi
window.
pits this lap
You'll be
as
on
well,
mediums.
so 12 seconds to Giovinazzi. And yeah, I'm meant to be pitting in 2 laps time for a set of medium compound tyres. But yeah, the pace doesn't feel too bad at the moment, and as you can see when we fast forward to the end of this lap, I have my tyre wear up. So my 44 on my front left is my most.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
43 and 40 on my rears, and 37 on the front right. So not too bad, and I felt like the pace was okay too. Like I wasn't setting like fastest laps, but I still felt like I was a bit quicker than the people on mediums. So I decided I might stay up for an extra lap or so, because I didn't want to have to do like 16, 17 laps on a set of mediums. As you can see, 48 on both front left and rear left. So I'm just going to stay up for another lap or two. We'll see how we go. Yeah, as you can see, I'm 14, 12, 10, 9, 8. About 8 seconds behind Raikkonen after he just comes out of the pit lane. So both Russell and Raikkonen have both just pitted for a set of hards. I'm going to pit this lap, and then my teammate enters the pit. So I'm like, I don't think it'll bother me that much, but I'll stay out an extra lap just to be safe. I don't want to have to be waiting in the pit lane for my team to come out. So I'm like, I'll just go an extra lap. It's fine. Doesn't seem too bad. But yeah, Latifi's in the pit lane as well, so yeah, he's going onto a set of hards. As you can see, I actually overtake Latifi here, but obviously I do have to pit again, so he will take that position back. But yeah, it's good to see that I actually was able to kind of catch up.
Condition than yours. We'll keep an eye on the times.
I don't know whether Latifi had damage that he had to fix or whatnot, but yeah. So you can see next lap comes around, I do box. So we're hoping for a really good pit stop here. Obviously Latifi flies past us now, and Mazepin surprisingly pits with me, which indicates that he won't be going on to soft, so he must be going on to another set of hards, or a set of hards. So yeah, I picked for medium, so I should be faster than a lot of the people in front of me. And yeah, Mazepin does go into a set of hard compound tyres, so I'm very surprised by that. I for sure thought he would have gone for the softs in a few extra laps, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, it just means there's no way Mazepin should catch me unless I make a mistake. Kind of still praying for that safety car.
By 32.2 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, Latifi 15 seconds up the road. Trying to catch him. Take too much curve there. So yeah, we fast forward a few laps. We're now on lap 23 and we're about to get overtaken by Valtteri Bottas. And in the meantime there, we actually had Pierre Gasly DNF. Unfortunately, he did not bring out a safety car. But yeah, just engine failure. He actually boxed it up there, just up there to the left. That's why the safety car wasn't brought out. I was really hoping for a safety car to bring us back, because I reckon I'll be able to grab a few positions if that was the case. But yeah, let Bottas through there. Let's try and stick with him, see if he can pull us along to Latifi and stuff. But yeah, later on that lap we lose Bottas, but we are getting overtaken by Hamilton as well. So here I'm not even, like, I look behind me, he's still quite a distance behind, so I'm not gonna slow down just to let him through. He should be able to catch me along the straights anyway. So what I do here is, you'll see I actually just race normally, but I don't use overtake, and I just leave it in 7th gear just to let him through. And once he's through, I chuck it up into 8th for like half a second, and then yeah, try and stay with him, but we just don't. And then yeah, moving on here to the last lap of the race for me. Valtteri Bottas wins the Bahrain Grand Prix and will lead the championship after round 1 with Lewis Hamilton 2nd. So a strong day for Mercedes. And yeah, we're crossing the line here, so it is going to be P20 unfortunately, so not a great race for us.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
But we had we made quite a few mistakes there, but onwards and upwards. We can try and do better in Spain in the next episode.
Smiling faces on the pit wall after a superb win here at Sakir, and rightly so. What a brilliant effort from the whole team. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So yeah, guys, there you have it.
So then, it's time to see how this result
Valtteri
affects
Bottas,
the
Lewis
Drivers'
Hamilton and
Championship.
Max Verstappen
After
are the
today's
podium.
performance, Valtteri Bottas secures the championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, Who do you pick?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head
Yeah.
today whilst pushing
I
through
saved
the
the-
field.
It's
I
time
saved
to
the
see how
replay there,
things
but
are
for some
shaping
reason
up
it
in the
this
Constructors'
doesn't
Championship.
work.
Mercedes
Hopefully
moves
I don't
to
see
the
any
top of the
replay
table.
features in
And
this
with
race.
that, we
Hopefully I'll
wrap
have
up
them for
another
next race,
weekend of
but
motorsport.
I'll
With
have to
more
try and
races
figure out
lined
how to
up,
fix it.
be sure to
or
join us when
get to
we
use it.
come back with
But
more
yeah, P20
Formula
for
One.
me, P15 for Marcus, so nice performance by him there. So we get a bunch of acclaim there too. And yeah guys, that'll just be about the end of the episode. So we lose 10k in damage, so 90k in the bank there. So we move into this part, and this is where I'm going to leave the video, guys. So we'll deal with this as soon as we start the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. You guys are all bloody legends. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and smash the thumbs up button, and leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the video. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Have a good day.